Look at this. Right now, Ford is rolling out sizzling deals that could save you major cash, 0% financing, bonus cash, and trade-in incentives on some of its biggest models. For instance, select 2025 Ford F-150 trucks are being offered with 0.0% APR financing for 62 months through early January 2026 for qualified buyers. That's nearly free interest for over 5 years. Plus, in many markets, buyers can still stack that financing offer with bonus cash or trade-in assistance, making the move to a new F-150 much easier. On SUVs like Ford Escape, there are attractive rebates and incentives too, giving buyers flexibility whether they go for gas, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid models. Now imagine this. Ford isn't just offering deals. It's rethinking how the entire car market works. They've been quietly building out a bold new strategy. For 2025 and beyond, Ford is doubling down on both traditional internal combustion vehicles and electric mixed power models. They're betting big that a balanced mix of ICE, hybrid, and EV offerings, backed by aggressive discounts and smart incentives, will shake up buying patterns. What does this mean for the industry? It means pricing pressure. When a legacy automaker like Ford uses discounts and financing aggressively, it forces competitors to respond, either by cutting prices, adjusting trim levels, or rolling out their own incentives. For potential buyers, it's an unexpected sweet spot. Whether you want truck power, SUV versatility, or hybrid EV tech, you get to pick at arguably one of the best times in years. And yet, there's more. Ford's push isn't just about selling more cars. It's about reshaping demand. They're keeping inventory healthy, offering financing deals, and nudging adoption of newer powertrain options, hybrid, plug-in, EV. A move that could accelerate the shift away from old-school buying cycles. So buckle up. If you've been waiting for the right moment to buy, now might be it. The bombshell isn't just a sale or a price tag. It's a strategic wave that could shift the market floor beneath every buyer. Ford's sudden strategic pivot is already sending shockwaves through dealerships, analysts, and rival automakers. And the real twist is that this shift isn't just about discounts or flashy announcements. It's about Ford rewriting the rules of competition. Right now, analysts are noticing a pattern. Ford is deliberately narrowing the gap between its hybrid lineup and its traditional gas models, making hybrids feel like the obvious, smarter upgrade rather than an expensive leap. This is forcing competitors to rethink their pricing structures, especially in the mid-size SUV and truck categories where Ford has historically dominated. But here's where it gets even more intense. Behind the scenes, Ford is quietly speeding up production of its updated hybrid powertrains, including tech destined for the next-gen Explorer, Bronco, and F-150. This means Ford isn't just reacting to the market. It's shaping the next phase of demand, positioning hybrids as the default choice for buyers who want power, fuel savings, and lower maintenance without committing fully to electric. And as this shift takes hold, other brands will have to scramble to match Ford's balance of performance, efficiency, and price. Meanwhile, Ford is doubling down on its commercial and fleet strategy, a hugely underrated part of this bombshell. By offering competitive financing and electrified solutions to contractors, delivery services, and corporate fleets, Ford is locking in long-term loyalty and recurring revenue. And when businesses pivot, consumer markets follow. That's part of why investors are paying attention. Ford's restructured approach to EVs and hybrid tech could ripple across the entire auto ecosystem, from battery suppliers to dealership service departments. And the domino effect doesn't stop there. With stronger incentives on current inventory and whispers of aggressively priced 2026 models, Ford is pushing the market into a transition phase where older models, especially in the used market, may start losing value faster. Buyers who were sitting on the fence might suddenly rush to upgrade, especially as trade-in bonuses and hybrid rebates tighten the gap between new and used pricing. But here's the biggest twist of all. Industry insiders are hinting that Ford is preparing another major announcement tied to software integration, connected vehicles, and subscription-based performance upgrades. If this plays out, Ford won't just be competing with other automakers. It'll be competing with the tech world. And that completely changes the game. And this is where things start heating up even faster. Because Ford's upcoming strategy isn't just about vehicles, it's about transforming the ownership experience itself. Insiders close to the development cycle are whispering that Ford wants to bring more premium features into its base and mid-level trims, effectively raising the standard across the lineup without raising prices dramatically. If this happens, the entire value perception of Ford vehicles could flip overnight. Imagine getting advanced driver assist systems, upgraded interiors, smarter infotainment, and hybrid optimized drivetrains on trims that used to be considered entry-level. That alone would disrupt every rival brand's pricing structure. But Ford isn't stopping there. They're experimenting with a more streamlined production method that reduces build times and allows for quicker custom orders. That means buyers won't have to wait months for the exact vehicle they want. And this alone could attract thousands of customers who abandon the new car market because of long wait times in recent years. Faster production, faster delivery, and more customization. That's a formula competitors will struggle to match without completely retooling their own manufacturing systems. Even more surprising is Ford's rumored expansion of its over-the-air upgrade ecosystem. Right now, OTA updates are mostly used for bug fixes, map updates, or small performance tweaks. But Ford is reportedly pushing toward a system where customers can unlock performance modes, towing enhancements, efficiency boosters, and even off-road capabilities, all through digital upgrades. That means one platform could support multiple levels of performance without requiring a new engine or new hardware. This is the kind of tech leap that could push Ford years ahead of some traditional rivals, still relying on old-school update processes. At the dealership level, things are shifting too. Many Ford dealers are testing a new streamlined buying experience with lower fees, simplified documentation, and quicker delivery handoffs. The company wants to get closer to a no games, no hidden costs model, something shoppers have been begging for. And if Ford nails this approach, other automakers will have no choice but to follow, or risk being seen as outdated and overpriced. And here's the real curveball. Ford is preparing to introduce a new wave of electrified trucks and SUVs that target price segments Tesla, GM, and Toyota haven't fully captured yet. These models are expected to hit markets sooner than many analysts predicted. And if the pricing lands where insiders suggest, Ford could open a lane nobody else is ready for. And now, the momentum behind Ford's bombshell grows even louder, because the company is quietly preparing for what analysts are calling a multi-stage disruption cycle, a move that could shift customer loyalty for the next decade. Ford knows that the future of the car market won't be won by just building good vehicles. It'll be won by building vehicles that evolve. And that's exactly what their next strategy is aiming at: long-term adaptability. Sources close to Ford's engineering teams hint that the next wave of vehicles is being designed with modular components, not just in software, but in hardware. Imagine being able to upgrade your truck's tow tech, enhance your SUV's off-road sensors, or even replace certain drive components without buying a whole new model. It's a level of future-proofing the industry has rarely embraced, and it will pressure competitors to accelerate their own tech platforms or risk fading behind Ford's speed of innovation. But Ford's boldest play might be its new battery roadmap. The company is reportedly accelerating development of a new mid-range battery chemistry designed to deliver faster charging, longer life, and lower costs, without requiring exotic materials. This alone could reset EV pricing expectations, making electric models more attainable for everyday buyers, not just early adopters. And when affordability and practicality collide, demand skyrockets. Ford knows this, and they're preparing for the surge. On top of that, the company is strengthening its dealer partner strategy by giving dealerships more control over service subscriptions, hybrid maintenance packages, and customer retention programs. This means buyers will be getting more personalized deals, more tailored financing options, and more long-term support than many brands currently offer. A happier dealership network means a stronger buyer pipeline, and Ford is leveraging that to lock in loyalty before rivals can even catch up. Ford is also expanding its footprint in emerging segments most automakers overlook, like compact electrified trucks and affordable urban EVs. These are categories with massive global potential, and many companies have been slow to enter them. But Ford wants first-mover advantage, If they hit these markets with the right pricing and capability balance, they could dominate entire segments before competition even shows up. And here's the part that's making Wall Street nervous. Ford's leadership is signaling a shift in investment priorities that suggests they're gearing up for a product blitz, a rapid-fire release cycle of refreshed models, special editions, hybrid variants, and experimental tech packages. That kind of speed can change consumer behavior overnight, because it keeps buyers excited, engaged, and watching Ford instead of looking elsewhere. And this is where Ford's transformation starts shifting from bold to downright unpredictable, because the next phase of their strategy reaches into territories most legacy automakers have barely touched. Industry insiders say Ford is quietly setting the stage for what could be one of the biggest collaborations the automotive world has seen in years. A partnership that combines hardware strength with advanced digital intelligence. While Ford hasn't publicly confirmed anything yet, the hints coming from supplier networks and software contractors suggest that Ford wants to merge cutting-edge machine learning, smart drive systems, and real-time vehicle optimization into its upcoming lineup. If this lands, Ford vehicles won't just be vehicles. They'll be adaptive, learning systems that become better the longer you own them. But even outside the tech realm, Ford is plotting seismic moves in the performance world too. Rumors surrounding the next-generation Ford Performance division point toward a completely reimagined approach to power. Hybrid boosted muscle, electrified off-road torque, and upgraded aero systems designed using wind tunnel AI. The idea is to deliver blistering performance while still meeting new emission standards and keeping costs grounded. This hybrid performance strategy could completely upend brands that depend solely on big engines or oversized powertrains. Ford wants to show that speed, efficiency, and affordability can coexist, and that message will shake up fan bases across every brand from Chevy to Toyota. Meanwhile, Ford's global strategy is shifting just as dramatically. They're preparing to launch parallel production hubs that focus on different regions' priorities: efficient hybrids for Asia, mid-sized trucks for South America, rugged SUVs for North America, and compact EVs for Europe. This multi-market targeting means Ford won't waste time building vehicles that don't match demand. Instead, they'll dominate every region with precision-tailored models. Competitors with slower, one-size-fits-all strategies will feel cornered as Ford's region-specific hits roll out one after another. And here's the detail almost everyone is missing. Ford is quietly building the most customer data-driven strategy in the company's history. They're analyzing driver habits, usage patterns, service needs, and even climate demand to shape future updates and features. That means upcoming Ford models won't just be new. They'll be intelligently designed for real-world behavior, not guesses. If Ford executes this correctly, they could eliminate half the inefficiencies that normally slow down the industry. Faster decisions, smarter designs, better launches, and customers get the benefit first. But the biggest shockwave is still coming. Engineers working on Ford's future truck platform are hinting at a massive structural leap, something that could redefine durability, towing capability, power distribution, and hybrid integration. This next-gen platform is expected to support everything from traditional gas to extreme hybrid torque to full EV variations. And when that drops, it won't just compete. It could bulldoze multiple segments at once, leaving some rivals scrambling to redesign entire model lines. We're only scratching the surface. The next part goes even deeper into Ford's top-secret EV lineup, the rumored compact pickup, and the behind-the-scenes battle for the 2026 market lead. And now, we move into the part of Ford's bombshell that almost no one is talking about publicly. The covert development of Ford's next-generation compact pickup, a model insiders describe as the most important small truck of the decade. This truck is expected to be smaller than the Maverick, more affordable than anything its rivals can counter with, and powered by a new hybrid system built for maximum torque and minimal fuel use. If this model launches anywhere near the rumored price point, Ford could dominate the compact and subcompact truck market before competitors even announce their answers. Analysts are already warning that this single vehicle could pull buyers away from crossovers, sedans, and even traditional mid-sized trucks, because it hits that perfect triangle of price, practicality, and capability. But the shockwaves don't stop there. Within Ford's EV division, development teams are reportedly working on a completely new all-electric SUV platform designed to push into a price bracket Tesla has left wide open. This isn't a luxury EV, and it's not ultra-high-tech for the sake of being futuristic. It's designed for the everyday family, the everyday commuter, the buyers who want EV benefits without premium pricing. Ford wants to be the brand that finally cracks the affordable EV formula. If successful, this could reset expectations for what a $30K, $35K EV can deliver: range, charging speeds, interior tech, and reliability. And once Ford proves it's possible, other automakers will be forced into a pricing war they're not ready for. Another move unfolding behind the scenes is Ford's plan to expand its battery recycling and second life systems. Imagine being able to replace a battery pack at a far lower cost because the company already has a dedicated supply of refurbished cells ready to deploy. Imagine EV maintenance becoming cheaper, not more expensive, as cars age. Ford's strategy here could directly challenge the biggest fear buyers have about EVs: long-term battery replacement costs. And if Ford can eliminate that fear, the EV adoption curve will tilt sharply in their favor. Even more intriguing is Ford's push to restructure how its software, apps, navigation, and safety systems integrate with each other. Right now, most automakers treat these as separate features. Ford wants to merge them into one adaptive ecosystem. A system that studies your habits, optimizes routes based on your driving style, adjusts efficiency modes automatically, and learns which features you use the most. It's the early foundation of a smarter, more personalized vehicle experience, something automakers have talked about but rarely delivered at scale. Ford wants to be the first to make it mainstream. And let's not forget the growing pressure on rival automakers. Companies like GM, Toyota, and Hyundai are already feeling the heat. Ford's aggressive mix of incentives, pricing strategy, hybrid expansion, EV development, and upcoming model blitz is forcing competitors to rethink launch timelines and reprioritize future models. The industry hasn't seen Ford move this decisively in years, and that alone is unsettling the market. Executives know that once Ford sets a new standard, the rest must follow or risk being left behind. But the biggest twist is still developing, and it has to do with Ford's internal restructuring, a deeper shift in how they design, test, and launch vehicles that could permanently accelerate their innovation cycle. And this is where Ford's strategy takes a turn so radical that industry insiders are calling it a silent revolution inside the company's own walls. Because the biggest shift isn't just the vehicles Ford is building, it's how Ford is building them. Deep inside Ford's product development pipeline, engineers are now working under a redesigned structure that tears down the slow, traditional, decades-old workflow automakers have relied on. Instead of long development loops, Ford is switching to an accelerated, continuous innovation cycle, meaning updates, redesigns, and improvements can be pushed faster than ever previously possible. Think about what this means. Instead of waiting 5 to 7 years for a new generation of a popular model, Ford could begin releasing major upgrades in shorter, more dynamic intervals. This is a direct threat to automakers stuck in the old rhythm. Companies that can't pivot quickly enough will look outdated in a heartbeat. The market won't wait for slow brands anymore. Ford knows that speed is the new advantage, and they're building the machinery to dominate it. Even suppliers are being pulled into this new system. Ford is restructuring contracts, demanding faster turnaround times, more flexible manufacturing, and heavier integration with digital design tools. By forcing suppliers to modernize alongside them, Ford is building an ecosystem where innovation moves at the same pace from top to bottom. This is something very few automakers have the leverage, or the boldness, to force into existence. And it's already beginning to cause tension, because suppliers tied to multiple brands know that once Ford accelerates, other companies will demand the same. But not all of them will be ready. At the testing level, Ford is deploying more virtual modeling, AI-assisted crash simulations, predictive durability tests, and real-time digital twins of upcoming vehicles. This lets Ford analyze problems before a physical prototype is even built. What used to take months can now happen in hours. Combine that with Ford's new rapid feedback field testing teams, And you get an R&D system that learns constantly and adapts instantly. Ford isn't planning to compete. They're planning to outrun everybody. And the result of all this internal restructuring? A faster flow of redesigned vehicles, quicker rollouts of hybrid and EV variants, more frequent software upgrades, and the ability to strike market segments the moment they open. This is why analysts keep saying Ford is playing offense, while rivals are still figuring out their playbook. Behind closed doors, several early prototypes, including next-gen engines, sturdier hybrid transmissions, upgraded battery packs, and lightweight chassis components, are already being tested under this new system. Engineers are reporting reduced development bottlenecks and faster problem resolution times. This means the groundbreaking vehicles Ford plans to release in 2025, 2026, and 2027 may arrive more polished, more reliable, and more advanced than anything the company has launched in the last decade. And we haven't even gotten into Ford's most closely guarded project, the future architecture that will unify EVs, hybrids, and gas platforms under one flexible system. That one move alone could shatter the entire model year structure the industry is built on. And there you have it. Ford isn't just making moves, they're rewriting the entire playbook. From aggressive pricing to next-gen tech, from rapid innovation to segment-crushing new models, this isn't just a shift, it's a full-scale takeover in motion. The automakers who underestimate this wave are going to be left staring at dust in the rearview mirror. If Ford keeps up this pace, the entire market won't just change, it'll flip. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this story is only getting bigger, and you don't want to miss what comes next. Ford just dropped a bombshell, and the aftershocks are only beginning.